Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. I want to thank you for checking out my video. Let's talk for a moment, shall we? Or actually, I guess I'm going to talk. But you can feel free to talk to the screen too. That would be cool. I've had a lot of you ask me about reaction videos. And my initial thought on that was, no, I don't think so. But then I thought about it a bit more and I thought, this could be very interesting and it could be fun. And there's a lot that we could talk about and learn from the artists that are out there. So, if you haven't heard of John Moreland yet, I would like to suggest that you are in for a treat. And there's lots of really interesting things about Tulsa. Hang Me in the Tulsa County Stars is the tune that we're going to look at here. I'm not really going to dilly-dally, so we're going to get into it. Thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. If you haven't yet, I hope you'll do so now. Check out my free teaching method at jeffrolka.com if you like. It's a sequential method to work on fundamentals. You just sign up for the newsletter group where you also get my monthly newsletter. And you'll be good to go. And let's have a listen to this tune.
My name is John Moreland, and this song is called Hang Me in the Tulsa County Stars. Hang me in the Tulsa County Stars. Hang me in the Tulsa County Stars. Meet me where I land if I slip and fall too far. Hang me in the Tulsa County Stars. Well, I don't want to come back down to earth. No, I don't want to come back down to earth. My heart is growing heavy from the ever-endless hurt, so I don't want to come back down to earth.
Okay, so let's stop there for just a second. First thing to notice here, what a voice, like what a character to his voice. Now, I've never worked with Mr. Moreland. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. I've never met anyone that I'm aware of that knows him. So please take what I'm suggesting here and thinking about is perhaps over-analysis or just kind of my own personal thoughts on these things. I don't have any insider information on what he's doing. But notice how he's constructed his melody here. It's such a ready, set, go, getting into the tag of his tune. Starting, the entrance is on E, next one comes in on A, and then he preps us for the tag by starting on middle C. What an amount of expressivity, all within an octave. I just think it's worth noticing that, in that we don't necessarily have to have these incredibly expansive ranges. And I know, like, coming from the person who spends an awful lot of time teaching about singing across different registration events, across the break if you prefer, or the secondo passaggio as we talk about it in vocal circles. Learning how to sing across the secondo passaggio, doing it smoothly so it's really seamless, all that stuff. And yet, at least speaking for myself here, there's so much emotion in what he's doing, and it's all happening within this octave. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't exceed that. That's the framework that he's working within. Worth noting, too, also for you singer-songwriters that are working on this sort of stuff, making incredibly cool use of 5 chords and 4 chords, right? It's not just the kind of chord progression that you would normally expect from a singer-songwriter where you'd get that, like, or if it were going to be a more minor feeling, then it would start maybe on a 6 chord. He's starting on his 1 chord, key of C, hang me in the Tulsa County Stars. You can hang me in the Tulsa County Stars. right? 1, 5, 1, 1, 4, 1. And the timing of it too is interesting because, of course, that second entrance that starts on the A is when he comes in on the 4 chord. And what that is, if you have ever been in church or sung liturgical music, you get this Amen. It's called a plagal cadence from 4 to 1. It gets used a lot in popular music. You know, did he think about this in advance? I don't know, but it's really artfully used. If it's his instinctual use after having written as many songs as he's written, I believe this is on his 3rd album, so he's got a few that he's done in the past. He's really got his instincts going. For those of you that are interested in such things, I believe he's using an SM7B on the vocals there, and that looked like an AKG 414 with a windscreen on it for the guitar. This was done at, well, you can see on the screen there, South by Southwest. So whether or not he uses those mics all the time and he owns them, I don't know. I would probably think that the stage provided them. But let's keep going. We're getting into the chorus now.
Babe, I know
Starting on the 4 chord.
this life will make you cold and drive you mad.
1 chord.
Leave you homesick for a home you never had. Burning out the good with all the bad.
Couple things worth noting there too. As he's winding up the end of his chorus, he's got a descending vocal line with descending chords as well. He hangs out here for a moment, and this is the real kicker. What we want to hear is the 1 chord, but never had, leaving all the good, all the bad. 4 chord, 5. So it's an interesting kind of deceptive cadence. A deceptive cadence specifically would go from the 5 chord to the 6 chord, but he's already on the 6 chord at the end of that phrase. He's hanging out here, 5 chord, and to go to the 6 chord, he would have to then go back down, which doesn't really keep the bass motion that he's articulating going. So from a songwriter's perspective, I can understand how he's wanting to keep moving forward with that ascending bass line. And so what he does is he uses a 4 chord with the 5 in the bass, 4, 6, 4. Five. Beautiful, just beautiful.
So darling, let the charmers lean the room. They're drowning out the Nashville moon. I wanna learn exactly who you are, then hang me in the Tulsa County stars.
Let's listen to that line again there. There's something worth noting about how, now he has this, this very evocative way of singing. I find it to be immediately engaging. Like from the moment he starts, he has my attention. There's also a subtlety and a knowingness about how he's connecting phrases together. Listen to this again.
Nashville moon, I wanna learn, darling, let the charmers lean the room. They're drowning out the Nashville moon.
He's connecting that so nicely. They're drowning out the Nashville moon. There's enough articulation of the consonants to show us like what the words are. Like we can very easily understand him. And yet, they're drowning out the Nashville moon. There's enough emphasis and balance between consonants and vowels there that the melody of his line comes through beautifully, like lovely and clear. Okay, let's keep going.
I wanna learn exactly who you are, then hang me in the Tulsa County stars.
I admire that he gives us a breather with this. In all the times that I've done acoustic shows and things like that, I don't have, I'm not a guitar player, not really a piano player, and I just don't ever have the confidence to do that. And I admire the fact that he's doing this, because this gives us a moment to reset, to have a little bit of a breath. I find this tune to be incredibly evocative, if that's not already apparent. Like, I find it very touching. And while I don't know his interpretation, I don't know why he wrote this song, I think about a lot of origin myths and things like that, where people are embedded in the stars, the astronomy of the sky. And I imagine that, and this song as a reflection on all that came before that moment. And there's an incredible line coming up here, so let's keep going.
Find me in the Indian Nation sky. You can find me in the Indian Nation sky. When it feels like nothing's real and no one's standing on your side, just find me in the Indian Nation sky. And I'd set ablaze the secrets I concealed. I'd set ablaze the secrets we concealed. If I could make you feel the way you make me feel, I'd set ablaze the secrets we conceal.
If I could make you feel the way you make me feel. Again, I don't have the background story on this tune, but when I hear that, it evokes this notion of unrequited love. You know, if I could make you feel this way, that you make me feel, and yet it's not happening. And it's sad. It's touching. I find it to be incredibly touching. Yeah, like in songwriting, I'm talking a lot more about songwriting than vocals. I'm sure that I'll do other videos like this where perhaps we dive into the technicalities. And I'll talk a little bit about just the implications of the tessitura that he's chosen when we're done here. But when we talk about songwriting, we're often told to try to figure out novel ways of saying things that we all identify with, we all feel. Most of us have broken a few hearts, perhaps, and perhaps have had our own hearts broken too. And this is I find it to be an incredibly interesting and novel way of articulating that without coming out and saying specifically, I'm heartbroken. I don't make you feel the way that you make me feel, even though he's actually used those words. Anyways.
Babe, I know this world will have the wolves outside your door, make you leave all that you love to fight a war, or never tell you what you're dying for. So darling, let the charmers lean the room, and let them have that Nashville moon. I wanna know exactly who you are, then hang me in the Tulsa County stars. Just hang me in the Tulsa County stars.
Worth noting too here how he's making really artful uses of the suspended 4. That comes up quite frequently, gets thrown in there, it would seem. Let's talk about vocal range here for a second. One of the things about the range that he chose to have that song in is that it avoids both the extreme low end of what his range may be, and as well most likely stays out of his zona de passaggio. Again, I've never worked with Mr. Moreland, but most male vocalists have their primo passaggio somewhere around B or C4. So you've got like middle C or the B natural right below it. Any higher than that, and you're getting into sort of rarities, any lower than that, And again, you're getting into rarer kinds of voices. The average male vocalist is going to have that initial point of transition, getting into the zona passaggio for their voice, somewhere about there. He has very artfully chosen to stay right in what I have indicated is probably the juiciest, most flexible range that he could. This C to C right there offers maximum opportunities for different inflections, different ways of shaping vowels or shaping consonants, and can be very forgiving as well. So all those sorts of things like phrasing that we talk about a lot, and articulations, aligning the vowels, all of those things are just a little bit easier in that range. And I think that between the flexibility and the choice of range and the availability of options when it comes to alignment and shaping, stuff like that, gives him maximum choice for evoking and emoting in the context of his tune. I would love to know what you think about this. This is a bit of an experiment, but I must admit it's quite a lot of fun. I realize in this video I talked more about songwriting than about vocal pedagogy, but as I mentioned earlier, if we continue with this path, I'm sure I'll get into some vocal stuff too. Some things to listen to in the tune, and I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jeff. As always, I hope this helps. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.